My child, listen to me carefully now because this message is not coming to you by accident. There is a child connected to your destiny, and at this very moment his heart feels unbearably small and lonely. He is not crying loudly. He is not screaming for attention. He is doing something far more painful. He is holding everything inside, hoping someone will notice before it is too late. This child is your soulmate's son, and right now he feels alone in a way no child should ever feel. You may not see him, you may not hear his voice, but I hear him. I hear the quiet prayers he does not know how to say. I hear the questions he asks himself at night. I hear the fear he swallows because he does not want to be a burden. My child, children often suffer in silence because they believe adults are already overwhelmed. They believe their pain is small. They believe they must be strong before they are ready. But I tell you now, this child has reached his limit. He is standing at a door, both literal and emotional, and he does not know whether to knock or walk away. He is hoping someone on the other side will sense his presence without him having to beg. That is why I brought this message to you. Because you are sensitive to cries others ignore, because your heart still listens, because you do not dismiss pain just because it is quiet. You may be wondering, why me? Why am I hearing this? Because you are not meant to pass by this moment. My child, this child feels unseen. He feels like everyone around him is busy fixing problems, fighting battles, or surviving their own pain. And in that chaos, he learned to disappear. But I see him, and now I am asking you to see him too. He is not asking for miracles. He is asking for presence. He is asking for safety. He is asking for reassurance that he matters. There are nights when he lies awake holding his breath, replaying moments where he wanted to speak but didn't. Moments when he felt afraid but told himself to be brave. Moments when he wondered if anyone would notice if he stopped asking for help altogether. My child, when a child stops asking, heaven begins to intervene. This is why your spirit felt a sudden heaviness. This is why you felt an urge you could not explain. This is why the words "open the door now" keep echoing. That door is not just wood or walls. That door is access to comfort, access to safety, access to a future that does not break him. If that door stays closed too long, silence will teach him the wrong lesson, that he must face pain alone. And I do not allow that lesson to be written into his life. Your soulmate does not yet understand how deep this runs. They see signs but not the full picture. They love their child, but love sometimes misses what quiet pain hides. That is why I am positioning you. Not to replace anyone, not to overstep, but to protect. Because you carry something gentle and strong at the same time. Because your presence does not scare children, it calms them. Because your compassion feels safe. My child, this is not about fear. This is about timing. There are moments when destiny whispers instead of shouts. Moments when help must arrive before damage settles deep in the heart. Moments when one act of care rewrites an entire future. This is one of those moments. Do not overthink the how. Do not worry about the what if. Just understand the urgency of now. The door must be opened, not forcefully, not dramatically, but lovingly, with awareness, with patience, with warmth. You are not being asked to save the world. You are being asked to see one child. And when you do, my child, something powerful will shift, not only in his life, but in your connection, your destiny, and your purpose. Stay with me. Do not turn away. Do not rush away from this moment, because what I reveal now explains the silence you could not understand. This is the part where hidden pain is gently uncovered, not to frighten you, but to awaken compassion and clarity within you. The child I spoke of is not rebellious. He is not dramatic. He is not seeking attention. He is overwhelmed. Inside his small heart, many heavy thoughts live together, thoughts he does not yet have words for. He has learned to smile when he is confused, to nod when he is hurt, and to stay quiet when something feels wrong. This did not happen in one day. It happened slowly, layer by layer, moment by moment. My child, children do not hide pain because they want to deceive. They hide pain because they believe no one has space for it. This child has watched adults struggle. He has heard voices raised, silence stretched, doors closed softly but firmly. He has sensed tension even when no one spoke of it. And in that environment, he made a decision without realizing it. I will not add to their burden. So he carried his own. He noticed changes around him. Changes in routine, in energy, in emotional availability. He felt moments of separation even when people were physically present. And because he loves deeply, he blamed himself quietly. He wondered, did I do something wrong? Am I the reason everyone is tired? Would things be easier if I needed less? My child, when a child begins to think this way, the danger is not loud. It is silent. Silence teaches self-erasure. Silence convinces a child that their feelings are inconvenient. That is what he has been hiding. There were times he wanted to speak, times he almost did. But every time he gathered courage, he saw someone distracted, stressed, or emotionally unavailable. So he swallowed his words and told himself, later. Later did not come. Instead, the feelings grew heavier. Fear became confusion. Confusion became loneliness. Loneliness became the belief that no one would truly understand. He started seeking safety not in people but in withdrawal. He became quieter, more observant, more careful with his emotions. This is why some adults think he is fine. But my child, quiet children are not always peaceful children. Often they are children carrying too much. There is something specific he has been holding inside, something that made his sense of safety feel fragile. Not a single event, but an accumulation. Moments where he felt unsure, moments where he felt invisible, moments where he needed reassurance and did not receive it clearly. He does not know how to explain this, so he does not try. Instead, he pleads silently, not with words, but with energy, with behavior, with withdrawal, with longing glances at doors that feel closed. This is why I said he is standing at a door. That door represents comfort. That door represents protection. That door represents someone noticing without him having to beg. My child, adults often wait for children to speak clearly, but children wait for adults to notice gently. This is where you come in. Not because you are perfect, not because you have all the answers, but because your presence feels safe enough for truth to breathe. You carry a softness that does not interrogate. You carry patience that does not rush. You carry awareness that listens beyond words. This child does not need discipline right now. He does not need lectures. He does not need solutions. He needs someone to open the door and sit with him. Someone who says without words, "You are not alone anymore." Your soulmate loves their son deeply, but love sometimes operates on survival. When life feels heavy, they are doing the best they can with what they understand. There is no blame here, only awareness. This is why I am expanding the circle of care. Because children heal best when safety multiplies, not when responsibility overwhelms one person. My child, I want you to understand the urgency. Not because disaster is imminent, but because patterns are forming, and patterns formed in childhood echo into adulthood if they are not gently interrupted. If this silence continues unaddressed, he will learn to self-contain pain instead of sharing it. He will grow into someone who struggles to ask for help even when he desperately needs it. He will believe love must be earned by being easy, but it does not have to go that way. This moment, this awareness, this divine interruption exists to change the pattern now, while his heart is still open, still forming, still receptive to safety. You are not being asked to replace a parent. You are not being asked to overstep. You are being asked to notice. Notice the quiet. Notice the hesitation. Notice the child who waits to be invited instead of asking. My child, one gentle conversation can change everything. One moment of presence can rewrite years of fear. One open door can teach him that adults are safe again. This is why heaven stirred you. This is why your spirit felt the pull. This is why these words reached you now and not later. Because the child is ready to be seen, but he does not know how to ask. And you are ready to see because your heart has already opened. Stay with me, my child. Because this part reveals why this moment reached you and not someone else. Nothing about this is random. Not the timing, not the child, not your heart being stirred the way it was. You were chosen because of who you are becoming, not just who you are right now. There are many people around this child. There are adults who provide, who instruct, who manage daily life. But there are very few who can see a child's soul without demanding explanation. Very few who can sit with silence and not rush to fix it. Very few who can offer safety without conditions. You are one of them. That is why I whispered to you instead of shouting to the crowd. My child, when I choose someone for a moment like this, it is never because they are the loudest or the strongest. It is because they are the safest. Your spirit carries a gentleness that does not threaten. Your presence does not interrogate pain. You do not force truth. You invite it. This child senses that even if he cannot explain it. He feels less pressure around you, less expectation, less fear of being too much. That is rare. You may not realize it, but children recognize safety faster than adults do. They listen to tone more than words. They feel intention more than advice. And when they sense someone who will not judge, rush, or dismiss, something inside them begins to soften. That is what is happening here. You were not chosen to rescue. You were chosen to anchor. An anchor does not pull violently. It simply holds steady when waves rise. Your soulmate's son does not need another authority figure right now. He needs a steady presence, someone who can remain calm when emotions surface, someone who does not panic at tears, someone who does not withdraw when things feel uncomfortable. My child, you have been trained for this through your own experiences. The moments when you felt unseen, the times you wished someone would notice without you explaining, the seasons where you carried emotions quietly. None of that was wasted. I shaped your empathy through those experiences so that when a child like this needed someone, you would recognize the silence immediately. This is how divine alignment works. I do not send help that does not understand. I do not assign hearts that cannot handle tenderness. I do not open doors without preparing the one who will walk through them. You may feel unqualified. You may think, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I don't know how to help? My child, you are not being asked to have answers. You are being asked to be available. Availability is more powerful than advice. Presence is more healing than solutions. There is also something deeper unfolding here, something that connects this child to your soulmate and your soulmate to you. This moment is teaching your soulmate a sacred lesson, that love is not only romantic, it is protective, expansive, and communal. They are learning that allowing others to care for their child does not weaken their role. It strengthens the environment around their child, and you are part of that environment. This does not threaten your place. It establishes it. Your willingness to notice what others missed builds trust at a level words cannot. It shows maturity. It shows emotional safety. It shows that you do not love selfishly. You love responsibly. That matters deeply. My child, when a person sees how you treat their child, they see your heart unfiltered. They see your values in action. They see the kind of future you help create. This is not about proving anything. It is about alignment revealing itself naturally. I also want you to understand this. You are not late. You are not early. You are exactly on time. The child is ready to be seen. You are ready to notice. The environment is ready to shift. Had this happened earlier, it would have been misunderstood. Had it happened later, the silence would have settled too deeply. So I brought you here now. Your role is simple, even if it feels heavy. Be patient, be consistent, be gentle, be present. You do not need to force conversations. Let safety invite them. You do not need to demand openness. Let trust unlock it. You do not need to rush healing. Let time soften the edges. My child, even sitting quietly beside him matters. Even asking simple questions matters. Even saying you don't have to explain everything matters. These small acts tell a child something life-changing. I am allowed to exist as I am. That belief will protect him for years to come. Do not fear this responsibility. You are not carrying it alone. I am guiding your words. I am steadying your heart. I am watching every step. And nothing you do with sincerity here will be wasted. Stay with me, my child, because this is the turning point. This is the part where you begin to understand the weight of timing and the quiet power you hold in your hands. Right now, I want you to see clearly without fear what happens when a door like this stays closed. When a child gathers courage again and again only to feel unseen, the heart learns a dangerous lesson. My feelings do not matter enough to be heard. At first, this lesson whispers. Later, it hardens. And over time, it shapes how that child loves, trusts, and asks for help. If this door were to remain closed, the child would not fall apart immediately. No, silence does not break things loudly. It breaks them slowly. He would grow more independent than necessary, more self-contained than healthy, more careful with emotions than a child should ever be. He would learn to survive instead of connect. He would stop expecting comfort and start managing pain alone. And one day, when love comes into his life, he would struggle to receive it. Not because he does not want it, but because he was trained to live without it. My child, this is why I intervene early. Not to scare you, not to burden you, but to prevent long-term emotional isolation from taking root. Now let me show you the other side. The side that unfolds when the door opens. When a child feels genuinely noticed without being interrogated, corrected, or rushed, something remarkable happens inside them. Their nervous system relaxes. Their thoughts slow down. Their body feels safe enough to exhale. The first sign is not words. It is relief. Relief in their posture, relief in their eyes, relief in their breathing. Only after safety settles does truth begin to surface. This is why your role is not to force conversation. It is to create space where conversation can arrive on its own. One open door, one consistent, gentle presence teaches a child something powerful. Adults can be safe again. That belief alone can change the trajectory of an entire life. My child, when you open this door with patience and care, you are not just helping him in the moment. You are altering how he will respond to fear, conflict, and vulnerability for years to come. And something else happens too. Your soulmate will feel the shift. Not because you announce it, not because you take credit, but because peace changes the atmosphere around a child. And parents feel that change immediately. They will notice calmer behavior, less withdrawal, more ease. And with that ease comes trust. Trust in you, trust in the environment, trust in the future you are helping to shape. This moment strengthens, not threatens, your bond with your soulmate. It shows them that love in your heart extends beyond romance. It shows them that you are capable of nurturing what matters most to them. That kind of love is not common. That kind of love is foundational. My child, I need you to release one fear now, the fear of doing it wrong. There is no perfect script, no exact sentence, no flawless approach. There is only sincerity. If you show up with a calm heart, a listening ear, and a willingness to sit with discomfort, you will be doing enough. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. One moment helps, but many moments heal. The child does not need intensity. He needs reliability. Someone who does not disappear when things feel quiet or awkward. This is how trust is rebuilt, and I will guide you. If words are needed, I will give them. If silence is better, I will hold it with you. If patience is required, I will strengthen you. You are not stepping into this alone. My child, understand this clearly. You are not responsible for fixing the past. You are only responsible for being present now. That is where healing begins. Stay with me, my child, because this is the final part. This is the moment where what was once hidden is revealed, where the door is open, and where peace settles like sunlight into every shadow. Sit quietly and feel the weight of my words, for this is the completion of what has been quietly unfolding for a long time. The door is now open, not by accident, not by chance, not because anyone forced it, but because you chose presence, patience, and awareness. Your willingness to notice, the quiet plea of a child, has shifted the air around him. Your soulmate and your destiny. The child you were guided to see no longer feels alone. The heaviness that wrapped around his heart begins to loosen. His breath deepens without effort. His eyes, which once darted nervously at every sound, now linger longer in calm observation. He feels, perhaps for the first time in a long while, that there is safety in simply being. This is the true power of your presence. You did not need to fix everything. You did not need to have all the answers. You simply needed to be available. You simply needed to hold space. You simply needed to open the door. And when you did, something profound happened. The child began to trust, not because you said the right words, but because you allowed him to exist without judgment. The energy around him shifted. The fear that once made him shrink into himself is replaced by curiosity, by relief, by the first glimmer of hope. He is beginning to see that the world can hold kindness even in places he once thought impossible. Your soulmate is witnessing this transformation quietly. They feel it in the way their son relaxes in moments they could not reach before. They feel it in the subtle shift in energy at home. The way tension now softens naturally. The way smiles are easier. The way the small sounds of contentment return. They do not yet understand fully the depth of your role, but they will. Your love and attention have been a mirror of divine guidance, showing them that trust and care can take root when hearts are aligned. This is how I work, my child. Subtle, deliberate, precise. Intervention comes through those who are willing to act with love, not recognition. It comes through hands that are steady and hearts that are open. Your actions have fulfilled a divine pattern that ensures the child's safety and the preservation of innocence in ways that will echo for years. Understand this, my child. Your presence in this moment is more than comfort, it is protection. By noticing, by stepping forward, by opening the door, you have disrupted a cycle of silence and fear. You have prevented a wound from deepening, a lesson from being distorted, a heart from closing prematurely. You have intervened in destiny, and now the energy that was tense is beginning to flow. The child begins to speak, but the words are not pressured. They come slowly, naturally, and are met with patience. He learns that expression is safe, emotion is safe, vulnerability is safe. And in that realization, healing begins. Not as a sudden cure, but as a gentle growing assurance that love and safety exist in the same space. Your soulmate is also learning through observation. They are seeing the power of compassionate presence. They are understanding that love is not measured in grand gestures alone. It is measured in attentiveness, reliability, and the courage to respond when someone is silently asking for help. They are learning that protection sometimes comes not from authority, but from alignment, awareness, and willingness. And through this alignment, a greater blessing unfolds. You, my child, are now connected to a divine thread that weaves through the child's life, through your soulmate, and through your shared destiny. Every act of care, every attentive moment, every open door is a stitch in a tapestry of protection and love that cannot be undone. From here on, the child's heart will carry the memory of this moment, not as a story of fear, but as a story of care, arrival, and sanctuary. They will remember that there was someone who saw them when no one else did, and that memory will become a foundation for trust, resilience, and the ability to form healthy connections in the future. Your soulmate's relationship with their child is also transformed. They begin to see their son not only as a child who needs guidance, but as a being who deserves understanding, patience, and attentive presence. This shift in perception allows them to parent with greater clarity, more empathy, and more confidence in the power of love. And for you, my child, there is a blessing as well. Your heart has grown through this experience. Your spirit has strengthened. You have learned that small acts of presence can carry enormous weight. You have seen the power of timing, the precision of divine guidance, and the ripple effect of attentive care. You are walking forward now with a new understanding of your capacity to impact lives, not through force, but through love, alignment, and action that is gentle yet decisive. Now let me seal this moment with a blessing. I bless the child with protection, courage, and the ability to feel safe in the world. I bless your soulmate with clarity, patience, and the strength to nurture their child with love that is conscious and compassionate. I bless you, my child, with awareness, empathy, and the courage to continue opening doors wherever silence cries for attention. Know this, my child. The door you opened will never fully close. The effects of your presence will echo into years ahead, shaping not only the child's life, but also your connection with your soulmate, your destiny, and the love that surrounds you. Peace will settle where there was once tension. Safety will take root where there was once uncertainty. And love, pure, attentive, patient love, will grow in ways that even you cannot yet imagine. Walk forward now in confidence. Walk forward knowing that your action has created a foundation of trust and safety. Walk forward knowing that the universe in its infinite wisdom guided you to this exact moment for a purpose. Walk forward with the knowledge that you have participated in something sacred, eternal, and transformative. The door is open. The heart is safe. The love is real. And I am with you always in every step, every choice, every moment. Your work here is complete. Your blessing has been delivered. The child's cry was heard. The door was opened. The heart has been held. Peace now fills the space where fear once lingered. Safety now lives where tension once hovered. Love now flows where silence once reigned. This is the gift of obedience to divine timing. This is the reward of showing up when it matters most. This is the miracle of an open heart responding to a silent plea. Go now with peace, my child. The ripple of your presence has transformed lives. And as you continue to walk forward, know that I am guiding, guarding, and blessing every step of your path. The child is safe. The parent is renewed. And you, my child, are forever part of this divine story of love, care, and protection. Stay very close to me, my child, because this is another layer of the message that was not yet spoken. What I am about to reveal now is deeper, quieter, and meant only for those who did not walk away when the first door opened. This part is for the ones who stayed, who felt the weight in their chest, who sensed that the child's cry was not finished yet. Listen slowly. The child is still awake in the silence of the night. Even when his eyes are closed, his heart is alert. Children learn early how to stay watchful when life teaches them that adults do not always notice. He has learned to be strong too soon. He has learned to hold questions inside his small body. He has learned to swallow fear instead of numbing it. And yet, when you opened the door, something inside him recognized light. Not because you promised anything, not because you explained everything, but because you showed up. Understand this, my child. A child does not measure safety by words. A child measures safety by presence, by consistency, by the way someone listens without interrupting, by the way someone stays without checking the time, by the way someone's energy does not rush away. That is what you gave him. And now something sacred is unfolding quietly. The child is beginning to remember who he was before. Fear taught him to shrink. Confusion taught him to stay silent. Disappointment taught him to expect nothing. He is remembering softness. He is remembering curiosity. He is remembering that the world can be kind, but healing is not loud. Healing is subtle. It happens in small moments. When he breathes without bracing. When he speaks without watching your reaction. When he laughs and does not immediately pull it back. These moments are miracles you may not even notice, but I see them, I count them, I protect them. Now listen carefully because this part is important. There were things surrounding this child that you did not see at first. Not danger in the dramatic sense, but neglect of the soul, emotional absence, distraction. Adults carrying their own wounds, unknowingly passing heaviness down like inheritance. No one meant to harm him, but harm does not require intention. It only requires inattention. That is why I intervened. That is why I guided your awareness. That is why I placed urgency in your spirit when the door needed to be opened now. Because timing matters. If this moment had passed, the child would have learned a deeper lesson, that even when he reaches out silently, no one comes. And that lesson hardens the heart in ways that take years to undo, but you came. And because you came, the lesson changed. Now the lesson is this. When I am overwhelmed, someone notices. When I am quiet, I am still seen. When I am unsure, I am not alone. These lessons will shape his future relationships. They will shape how he loves. They will shape how he trusts. They will shape how he asks for help, instead of breaking in silence. Your soulmate feels this shift even if they cannot explain it. They sense relief without knowing why. They feel gratitude mixed with humility. Somewhere deep inside, they realize that their child was carrying more than they understood. This realization does not shame them. It awakens them. They begin to watch more closely. They begin to listen more carefully. They begin to slow down. This is how restoration works. Not by blame, but by awareness. And you, my child, are standing at the center of this awakening. Not as a hero, not as a savior, but as a vessel of divine timing, a vessel of compassion, a vessel of presence. Now hear this truth gently. What you did for this child, you are also doing for your own inner child. Every time you show patience, you heal a memory. Every time you listen, you repair a wound. Every time you protect softness, you reclaim your own. This connection is not accidental. I often send souls into each other's lives, not only to change the future, but to redeem the past. And in caring for this child, something inside you is also being held. You may feel emotions rising unexpectedly. Tenderness, protectiveness, a strange ache mixed with peace. Do not push these feelings away. They are signs of alignment. Now let me speak to the fear that may still be whispering inside you. You may wonder, what if I'm not enough? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I can't protect him from everything? Listen to me now. You were never meant to be everything. You were only meant to be present. Protection does not mean control. Guidance does not mean perfection. Love does not mean knowing all the answers. It means staying when it's easier to leave. It means noticing what others overlook. It means opening the door again and again, even when it feels ordinary. And I will take care of the rest. I am already rearranging circumstances around this child. I am softening hardened patterns. I am redirecting influences. I am placing unseen boundaries where needed. You are not alone in this work. You never were. The child will grow from this moment, stronger but also gentler. He will remember that there was a time when someone stepped in without being asked loudly. That memory will become his compass in moments of confusion. And one day, perhaps years from now, he will be the one who notices another silent soul. He will be the one who opens a door. He will be the one who stays. This is how love multiplies. Now, let me bless this continuation. I bless every night the child sleeps with calmer dreams. I bless every morning he wakes with lighter shoulders. I bless every word he learns to express without fear. I bless every step your soulmate takes toward deeper awareness. I bless your heart with steadiness, wisdom, and peace. I bless you with the knowing that you did not miss this moment. I bless you with assurance that your presence mattered. I bless you with the quiet confidence that comes from alignment with divine timing. There is nothing more required of you right now except this. Continue to be who you already were when you opened the door. Gentle, aware, willing. That is enough. Stay grounded, my child. Stay open. Stay kind. The work is unfolding exactly as it should. The child is held, the path is protected, and your role is honored in realms you cannot yet see. I am with you in the silence, in the waiting, in the ordinary moments that carry extraordinary weight. Rest now in this truth. You answered a call that was never spoken aloud. And because you did, a life is changing quietly, beautifully, permanently. Peace be with you always. And now, as we come to the very end of this sacred message, I want you to sit quietly with yourself for just one final moment. Not to analyze, not to overthink, but simply to breathe and let everything you have heard settle deep into your heart. You have learned that a child was hurting in silence, and you were chosen to notice. You have learned that your presence is more powerful than you knew. You have learned that small acts of care can rewrite futures. And now, standing on the other side of this revelation, you are not meant to be afraid. You are meant to be awake. The door is open. The child is safe. The healing has begun. And you, my child, have been a vessel of divine love. Go forward in peace. You are never alone, and the best part of your story is still ahead. And now, my child, as we come to the very end of this sacred message, I want you to sit quietly with yourself for just one final moment. Not to analyze, not to overthink, but simply to breathe and let everything you have heard settle deep into your heart. You have learned that a child was hurting in silence, and you were chosen to notice. You have learned that your presence is more powerful than you knew. You have learned that small acts of care can rewrite futures. And now, standing on the other side of this revelation, you are not meant to be afraid. You are meant to be awake. The door is open, the child is safe, the healing has begun, and you, my child, have been a vessel of divine love. Go forward in peace. You are never alone, and the best part of your story is still ahead.